our team has made a lot of people a lot of money. Sub $100 million capitalization. Fast forward to today, and the company has a $1.7 billion valuation. Grade is king, and grade carries the day. I agree with you 100%. It's actually part of the reason I'm a subscriber and think that you're one of the real up-and-coming stars in the space.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Adam Giddens, aka Small Cap Investor. I'm going to be doing a video series interviewing different mining CEOs. First up on the list is Bryan Slusarchuk, so I'd like to give a special shout out and thank you to him for taking the time to sit down with me. I will say this is my first video of many, so I was a bit nervous, but hopefully things will get better as we move forward. Anyway, if you guys enjoy the video, please karate chop that subscribe button, and here it is.
I noticed you're involved with Fosterville South and Tourmaline Metals. Let's start with Fosterville South. Can you sort of give us a general update with what's going on there, progress on the ground? Just sort of touch up on that story.
Yeah, absolutely. In the early days of K92, I did an interview, and I commented that I thought in this business, everybody has a few once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. And this is what's happened. K92, that asset, a lot of people would think it's once in a lifetime. I believe Fosterville South is another once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As first movers in this region, post the success that Kirkland Lake has had with their Fosterville Mine, we've assembled the premier exploration land package in Victoria. We've tied up close to 4,000 square kilometers of ground. Much of it has had very high-grade historic gold production. We have 600 square kilometers immediately south and actually adjoining Kirkland Lake's Fosterville tenements. And Kirkland Lake's Fosterville Mine, remember, for years has been the highest grade and lowest cost gold producer in the world. So for us to have the ground tied up right next door with the big regional structures through it, with historic high-grade production, gold with antimony and spades, it's just exceptionally exciting. And it's a really interesting story how those projects all came to be.
Given the proximity of Fosterville's tenements to Kirkland Lake, was under the impression that the land is actually on the same strike. Is that correct?
You've got the big regional structural trends that are really important there. And if you look at our Lauriston project, it has the same big regional trends that run through Kirkland Lake's tenements. And it's interesting when you look at how this was all put together. Our chief operating officer is a geologist named Rex Motton. Rex is truly a local guy in that area. He was born in the area. He spent his teenage years roaming around that district prospecting before he became a geologist. And Rex became quite a successful international geologist. But Rex always kept an eye on his own backyard. And 4 years ago, Rex started to look at what was available in that region. Nobody else was really looking around the area. Rex had decades of experience in the area, had a database he'd built on all of the historic production, all of the historic exploration, and utilized that to cherry pick the best ground long before Fosterville became the famous household name it is today. So we were one of the few groups that Rex knew in the capital markets, and just feel really blessed that we were the guys, the people that he chose to take this incredible land package public for the first time.
So Rex essentially had like a first mover advantage in the kind of Fosterville area, because I'm seeing all these other companies. Given your success, it seems like there's a few other juniors that are trying to come in and coattail off that. But you guys feel like you kind of have the advantage over these companies because you were there first. You have all of this geological data, etc.
Yeah, and first mover status is important, and it really did give us a jump on everybody else. And in the early days, when we were a private company, we had Eric Sprott come in as a major investor. Eric's the former chairman of Kirkland Lake Gold that had the success at Fosterville. We're really fortunate to attract not only Eric, but some great institutions. They recognized this incredible land package that we had put together. And what's happening now is interesting, Adam. We're drilling on the ground, and we're getting some spectacular results. And people can see those assay results flowing from our drill program, our Golden Mountain project. Yeah. We're about to start drilling our Lauriston project. But outside of all of that work on the ground, we're also starting to act corporately, taking advantage of our first mover status. We've just recently announced we're spinning out two properties, Avoca and Timor, and those are going into a new company called Leviathan Gold. And the plan is that if you're a shareholder of Fosterville South on October 22nd, you get a free share of Leviathan Gold, and that's targeted to start to trade later this year. So it's very exciting that we're taking advantage of the first mover status, not only with the drill bit, but also corporately.
Yeah, I saw the spin-out transaction. I also saw the kind of excitement that it generated. You know, it seems like a very value-added, and essentially, was the reason to spin these assets out so you could focus more on Golden Mountain and Lauriston, but also have that exposure to these other assets? Or what was sort of the reason behind the motivations for spinning that asset out?
Sure. So it's such a large land package that we have in totality, but every project's different. And we went public on the back of Lauriston, Providence, and Golden Mountain, and we're going to advance those. We've also assembled some other projects that on their own deserve focused capital, focused management, and therefore the spin-out idea came up. But when we transacted on the spin-out, we wanted to make sure that Fosterville South shareholders got that benefit directly. Yeah. So rather than hold those shares in these various entities within the corporation, we're spinning out that benefit, the first mover benefit, directly to Fosterville South shareholders. So like I say, you own a share on a certain date that's to be announced, but it's targeted as October 22nd. You end up directly, for every one share that you own of Fosterville South, getting one share of Leviathan.
I'm sure that'll bring some eyes and attention to the story as investors try to take advantage of getting that essentially almost free share in Leviathan. It's I will myself definitely be trying to take advantage of that.